What's up, guys? Remember me? I'm finally back with another YouTube video. So this is kind of a part 3 video of what we've been dealing with the Broncos situation. Like most of you know, we had a 21 Outer Banks. We ordered a 22 Outer Banks. The 22 came in, and we kind of weren't sure what we were going to do, if we were going to keep the 21 and flip the 22, if we were just going to let the 22 go altogether, or if we were going to buy the 22 and sell the 21. So we did make a decision, and it's been probably over a month or two, and we put about 1,700 miles on the vehicle that we did decide to keep. But I was kind of reluctant to post this video because we're not sure if this is the last vehicle we're going to have. So we may, in fact, get rid of the vehicle we did end up with. And we've been kicking around a couple ideas, but we haven't really pulled the trigger. So I was kind of waiting to make this video to maybe show you the third vehicle, but we haven't done anything yet. So today I'm going to show you what vehicle we did go with. We're going to take it for a ride, and then we'll talk about how the deal went down. Stay tuned. All right, here it is. This is the Bronco that we picked. We went with the red 22 Outer Banks, hardtop, luxury package. You see we swapped the fuel wheels with 35-inch tires on there. I like this one better. My wife does not. What do you guys think? Alright, so as you can see, we did go with the race red 22 Outer Banks 4-door hardtop. It has the same engine as the previous Bronco. We went with a 2.7 liter V6. We put about 8,000 miles on the other Bronco. Of course, no issues whatsoever. So I want to get into why, we ended up doing what we did, picking the Bronco. So my wife, of course, was in love with the 21 Cactus Gray soft top Outer Banks. That was kind of like her dream car. She picked all the colors and everything, and then we had a bunch of drama when it came in. We got hit on an upcharge over sticker from a dealership that I worked for 19 years. So that kind of soured the whole experience. But after we got over that hurdle, she loved the car. It was her daily driver. She made a bunch of videos about it. She was on all the forums, really, really into that car, and that was the first time ever she even cared about a vehicle. So I'm like, well, hey, we should probably order, a 22 and just keep it going, because they're gaining value, because you still can't buy one, and we couldn't get a hardtop for the 21. So I ordered, I asked her what she wanted. She said she wanted red this time. So we got the race red, pretty much the same trim level, fully loaded Outer Banks, but we got the roast interior instead of I think it's called nautical gray. And of course the hardtop, because you can't just buy a hardtop. You could buy a soft top, but you can't just buy a hardtop. So I'm like, let's order the hardtop, we'll buy the soft top later on. So we ordered it up in red. It took 9 months to come in. Shortly before it was coming in, my wife thought she might like a white one better. Kind of drug my feet. It was a little too late to get the white one. We ended up with the red one. She doesn't really care for the red, and she actually wanted to keep the Cactus Gray. So here's what actually went down. Took the Cactus Gray one to Monroeville Ford. I bought my F-150 at Monroeville Ford last January. Awesome experience. They hooked me up. And they were like, yeah, you order a Bronco, we're not going to charge you over sticker. I'm like, sweet. So that's why, I ordered the 22 from them. So the 22 come in, and we weren't sure what we were going to do. Keep it, flip it, just let them have it. They could have sold it. But when it came down to the numbers, we weren't sure what they were going to do on trade for the 21 Cactus Gray. So I took it up there, and it just so happens that a representative from the local auto auction, Manheim Auction, was on site. And he was like, we could put this on the auction live right now, see if we get any traction, no obligation to sell it. If we get the number you want, you can trade it in. So that one stickered for $52,000 back when we bought it. They hit us with, well, they tried to hit us with a $10,000 upcharge. We negotiated down to $4,000 upcharge. So we were in it for 50, or about 56,000. Is that what I said? Yeah, 52 plus, sorry, 4,000, 56,000 is what we ended up paying for that car. So the sales manager asked me kind of what I want to list this or put a reserve at on the 21 at the auction. So I'm like, if we could get 57 for it, that would make sense. We drove it for a year, and unfortunately did have a cracked windshield that we couldn't get, a new replacement windshield in time, because I wanted to go with the factory glass and they were on back order. So we took it up there with the broken windshield, 8,000 or 9,000 miles on the odometer, and we ended up getting $58,000. Someone at the auction offered $58,000 for it. So that made sense. We're like, we're going to make money on this car. We drove it for a year, even with the upcharge, still made a little bit of money. So we decided, even though my wife still liked the Cactus Gray one better, just financially, we're getting a brand new Bronco for less money. Let's just do it. So we ended up trading our Bronco in. The sticker on this one was $55,000. We had a bunch of equity in the old Bronco, so I think we ended up financing $27,000 on the 22. Our payment actually went down. We got a brand new car, so it made sense. What didn't make sense is I was paying 2.9% interest on the 21. And my credit score is excellent. It's high 700, low 800 credit score. Debt to income's fine. So when they go to push the loan through, the company basically has their own bank, Driveway Financial, and they just submitted it through them. They didn't shop the loan around. 7.4% is what I'm paying on the 22 Bronco. So I went from 2.9. Now I know the rates have went up dramatically, but if they were to shop it around, my credit union was like 5%, which is still a little higher, but a lot less than 7.4. So I was kind of bummed that happened, and I believe if we do keep this one, we're going to look at refinancing at a lower rate. But since my wife's not super stoked on this one like she was on the green one, it may almost make sense for us to just get out of this one as well and get into something a little more family friendly, because this vehicle, it's worth more than we paid for it again. So if we get out of this one, we'll have a huge amount of equity in it. So we could roll that equity into something maybe a little more upscale, a little more family friendly, something that gets better fuel economy. Right now we're averaging 15 miles per gallon in the Bronco, and now that's mostly due to the fact that we put these giant heavy wheels on it, but it looks so much cooler. My wife even said when we got this one, she's like, I'm not even going to drive that one until you put the wheels on. So, it looks 100 times cooler. So this vehicle isn't the most practical. It's awesome looking. It's fun to drive. It gets a lot of attention. You can take the roof off. It's got a nice interior, but we're not taking this on vacation at 15 miles per gallon. We can't put a ton of stuff in it. So we're kind of maybe over the whole Bronco thing altogether. So if you're interested in a 22 Outer Banks with 1,700 miles on it, we're going to be asking more than sticker, but it wasn't easy to get, and you still can't buy a new one off the showroom floor. And I don't think the ordering banks are open for 2023. So if you're serious, you want to buy this Bronco from us, hit me up either on Facebook, Instagram, or of course YouTube, and we'll see what we can do. So we did, against my better judgment, went and looked at a Genesis GV80. And I'm not a huge Korean car guy. I've been a tech for 26 years, and when they came out, they were horrendous. They're substantially better now. Still a little on the fence about it, but this GV80 was possibly had the nicest interior of any vehicle I'd ever been in. I've been in some high-end luxury cars. This thing was phenomenal interior-wise. The dash layout, the seats. It had heated and reclining seats in the rear. My kids thought that was the best thing ever. They're like, yeah, buy this car right now. And I'm like, let's check it out, see where we're at. So we took it for a quick ride. Super nice. Drove super nice. Real quiet. Plenty of power. It had the the bigger engine, I think, is a 3.5 or 3.7 twin turbo. So I mean, it wasn't crazy powerful, but you know, plenty of power. But just super nice interior overall. So that's on the top of my wife's list right now. Problem is that car stickers at 77 grand. They were discounting them $1,000. But I've seen used ones. They depreciate pretty quick. So I was like, maybe we could try to find a used one. But then I'm like, this might be actually too fancy for what we need. So I was kind of pushing for the Audi Q7. I kind of like the option of having the third row, even though we don't use it that often. The GV80 is available with a third row. Very hard to find, and you can't get the top trim level with a third row. So I kind of like the Q7. She, unfortunately, is not super into the Q7. So we're kind of looking for a balance of, you know, something not crazy fancy expensive. You know, we could do a little bit of utilitarian stuff with, you know, put the BMX bikes in it, possibly haul my dirt bike, things like that. You know, minimal off-road use, like if I take my dirt bike to the track or something, or a race, you know, we've got to park in the mud. I don't know if the GV80 would like that very much. So these are the kind of things we're looking at. But like I said, we've had this a couple months already, and it's fine. You know, we don't need to get rid of it. But in the previous videos, I had mentioned possibly getting rid of my F-150 and a Mustang for one more useful daily driver. But the more I think about it, I really like the F-150, and we've been using that for vacation. It gets pretty good gas mileage with the 2.7. But the Mustang, the kids are outgrowing the back seats. So I'd like to maybe just get another car that's more useful. I can drive all year, has more room in the back, but still something sporty. So we took in Subaru dealer, we took in an Infiniti Q60 Red Sport sedan. I think it was a Q60. And, you know, 400 horsepower all-wheel drive sedan. They only come in automatic. But I was like, this is a pretty nice car. And it cooked. You know, it was fast. And the other thing I was looking at was maybe a 3 Series. But I've really been the Volvos. The new Volvos really have been catching my attention. I really like the styling of the new Volvos. And the V60 wagon, the plug-in hybrid, that would probably be my top choice right now. But again, that's $70,000 car. There's like 5 in the country. So I'd like to get something that's in comparable price to my Mustang, which is about $41,000. Which incidentally, the Mustang, I think I'm going to sell the Mustang. So if you're interested in the Mustang, I'll show you some pictures of that here shortly. I'm thinking $42,000 is going to be the ask on the Mustang. And then we'll get into something a little more friendly for hauling some stuff, the kids. You know, maybe something all-wheel drive that I could drive year-round and not have to drive the truck. So that's pretty much what's going on. Hasn't been anything big excitement that you guys are missing out on at home or anything. So the channel, you know, it's been kind of stagnant. I apologize for that. You know, I was going to make the video when we did pick up the Bronco, but we weren't sure what we were going to do. And, you know, the weather was nice out. I've been doing a lot of biking and dirt biking. So I've just been a little pressed for time for making videos. So I appreciate you guys sticking by and still subscribing to the channel and, you know, comment and asking me where I've been. You know, it makes me feel good that you guys actually care about me and my channel. So really blessed to have so many awesome subscribers. So that's pretty much what's going on. If some more things develop, you know, car shop wise, obviously I'm going to keep you updated. I'd like to get back into doing some how-to videos at work. We've been kind of slow, so maybe I'll have some more time in the shop to set up the camera and do some things like that. But that's pretty much what's going on right now. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a long time coming. Thanks for checking out my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and have a great day.